Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the final of the Women's Olympics Sevens. This one, New Zealand versus Canada, a rematch of a group stage fixture that we did see take place a few days ago. But looking through at the starting sides, first of all, for New Zealand, it will be Risipori Lane, Georgia Miller, Sarah Hinney, Michaela Blyde, Jasmine Felix-Hotham, Teresa Setefano, and also Portia Woodman-Wycliffe. This will be her last game in a Black Ferns Sevens kit, so she of course will want to make the most of it. And with the national anthem getting played in a very short moment, I'm sure that emotion will certainly be sinking in. For the Canadians, it is Caroline Crossley, Olivia Apps, their captain, Alyssa Corrigan, Chloe Daniels, Charity Williams, Florence Simmons, and Piper Logan. Now, the elephant in the room. This is New Zealand versus Canada. A lot of people thought from the start of the competition that it was going to be New Zealand taking on the Australians. But Canada, not only did they beat the Australians in the semi-finals, they beat the hosts in the quarterfinals. If there was ever a fairy tale ending to a journey, it would be that Canada win this game up against New Zealand, beating the three maybe top sides in the world of sevens today to then get into that position of winning that gold medal. But a lot has to happen right for them in this case, but they are getting to hear the national anthem of the Canadians for the first time ever at the Olympic Games. My future wife, Stacey Waka, is playing. Says JDB and let's go. Says Blues now. How's it, Hamish, the secret South African? Says Grant, welcome in, mate. And two right, they've had a bloody hard road to the finals, but they've done it, says Razor Robinson. And yeah, they have one game left in 34-degree heat. I wonder whether or not it is going to wear on them or whether it's going to be exactly the motivation that they need to go on and get themselves the victory. For New Zealand, of course, they have had a pretty decent run so far. Their closest game up against the USA, but still winning it by 12. Does she know you're getting married? Says Fluffy there, and pray for the sisters. Both teams to be safe after the game, and double mention for the Black Ferns win. Let's get it on in Canada, says BFTA. And there as well. But Stacey Waka, she will be making her way off the bench alongside Tyler King. This is also going to be her last game for the Women's Sevens. I wonder how many minutes they will give her. The New Zealand national anthem is playing, and then we will be into this contest, ladies and gentlemen. Do let me know your score prediction for this matchup. The last time that they played, it was in pool stages, and New Zealand won it 33 points to 7. But I feel like this is a whole different Canadian side now. Compared to what we saw in those first games, they just seem like they're more determined, they're more driven than they maybe have ever been on the Seven Circuit. Kia kaha hene mai, says Blues Nate, and holding the jersey for Chrissy Skirfield, says Razor Robinson there, and also the Canadian flag in the chat from Gus as well. But Michaela Blyde, she is nursing a few injuries so far. Looks like she has not just got the cut on the forehead now, but she also has the cut on the eyebrow too. 21-14 for the New Zealanders, says Pleasure. But the national anthem has been sung. Both of the sides smiling from ear to ear, rooting for the Kiwis, especially for you, Hamish, says Lilia B. And there as well. And I should mention, if New Zealand win this game, I just want to very, very quickly go Olympic medal tally. What do we got at the moment? New Zealand have not received a single medal. So if the women win this game, they will receive not just the gold, but the first medal for New Zealand throughout this Olympics competition. Even if they get silver, that is still the first medal, but of course they'd love to have it be gold rather than the silver. Be close scoreline. Canada girls found their form going into the gold finals. I wonder if New Zealand is a bit rattled by Canada beating Australia. I don't think they will be. I think that they will look at this as, okay, we've beaten this side before. We know what we need to do. We didn't have the best game up against the USA. That is what Portia Woodman-Wycliffe said after that last performance. And she said, but they still won by the margin that they did. So, it's one of those ones that if you can win in a game that you feel you haven't played well, if you play well, who knows how many points you will get. We have got there, they're going to have to be able to get and maintain possession to beat the Black Ferns. And also New Zealand have 2 players on their last game. I'm expecting fire from both, go out with a bang. And good luck to New Zealand, says Blues Nate. And morning, Hamish. says Moa Hunters. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well. We've got 10 seconds till the start of this contest. Anyone who is new, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Canada will be kicking this one off for the gold medal final of the Paris Olympics Sevens. It's kicked off and nicely taken by Georgia Miller. She's had so many touches throughout this Olympic Games, so it is only right that she got the first one for New Zealand in this final. Now passing across, Felix Hotham goes to Michaela Blyde, showing off her pace. Charity Williams trying to make the tackle. She's done well. She was beaten by Madison Levi down that wing in the semi-final. Yeah, just had to make sure I knew what day or what final had taken place. Nice run from Georgia Miller. Couldn't find the offload. It's going to be Crosley. Does take her down on the halfway line. Risi Pori Lane. Giving it back Stefano. Waiting for the loop around play from Risi Pori Lane. Covering a lot of ground now. Inside ball to Felix Hotham. Going to run straight through Corrigan. She will be tackled. And Apps helps finish the job. I've noticed that New Zealand have not won a medal yet. Says Mona Lagrange. We have also noticed that. We did mention it about a minute ago. Sarah Hirni going off to the left-hand side to Teresa Stefano. Back across to Risi Pori Lane. Stepping through. And Pori Lane, they will not catch her when she gets that kind of space. And New Zealand on the board first in this final. Let's go New Zealand, says Kit. And also, have they started yet? They certainly have. In New Zealand have got themselves the first try of this match. Now, the crowd are going to boo it, but she was using up a few extra seconds, enjoying a bit of a spell when this game is being played in such hot conditions, 34 degrees Celsius, if not maybe a little bit higher. Michaela Blyde doing extremely well. Keep inside of the field of play there. Nice run, says Gus, but stepping around, slight overstep from Chloe Daniels, who leaves the gap, and then great acceleration in which the Canadians just weren't quite going to be able to catch her. But now, with that kick going over, New Zealand are leading this one 7-0. I believe they will be anyway, straight out in front of the post. And Pori Lane has got it over. Converts her own try. 7 points to nil, a great start for New Zealand, but they will know that they need more than that to take down this Canadian side. Australia were 12-0 up to then go on to lose that game. Big shot coming in on Simons by Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe. Going for the counter-ruck on Charity Williams. Now short ball from Canada. It's good hands, though, from Crosley. Now back across to the right-hand side again here for the Canadians. It's going to be Olivia Apps. Driving tackle made from Felix Hotham. Showing a lot of physicality there. The New Zealand number 9. 10 metres out from their line here, Canada. Nice flat ball going across to Crosley. They have to be patient, but at the same time, they have to make some metres. Great tackle made by Georgia Miller. If she missed that, Canada may have run the full length of the field. Now Daniels, skip pass, goes out to Olivia Apps, who puts in 2 fends on Michaela Blyde, who eventually manages to drag her down. A little bit of a counter-ruck coming from New Zealand, but nothing doing as of yet. Canada still 5 metres out from their line. Almost a bit of obstruction there for Canada. They are hoping for that penalty for not releasing, or not rolling away, I should say, but it is available for the Canadians. They're in their own goal area. Sit down there for Stefano. Now going off to Olivia Apps. Do Canada decide to kick this very soon? Maybe they should have. Another big tackle made by Jasmine Felix Hotham. Back across, New Zealand rushing in. Canada 2 metres from their line. In fact, less than that. About 1 metre out. You just got to kick this, don't you? I know that you want to be able to run it out, but this is extremely risky, although it might work out. Charity Williams is going to go down the wing in a foot race with Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe, who has taken her down, driven towards the touchline. But Canada, they have now made 30 metres. But boy, that was risky, because one wrong pass there and New Zealand score the try. Olivia Apps running sideways. Next pass on the outside, and it's going to be knocked on by the young winger Piper Logan. Hang on, double blow of the whistle. We're going upstairs for something. What are we going upstairs for? Oh, there's going to be a foul play check. How old is Piper Logan? She looked like she was a moody teenager there when she dropped that ball, like she had just thrown a tantrum. But they're going to be checking this one to see the tackle being made. And boy, New Zealand are making every shoestring tackle, says Gus. Hope Canada wins, says Jing. Boom far right. We're going to see it here from Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe. Oh, it's head on head. That's probably going to be a yellow card for Portia Woodman, I would say, at least here. There is a bit of contact with the head. The recommendation is a yellow card, so New Zealand will be playing with one less woman on the field. This could change the momentum here for Canada. They need support players, says JDB. Head on head, says Lilia B. And met a few Simbins today, at least 4, says Jonathan there. But now Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe in her final game for the Black Ferns is going to spend 2 minutes resting. And not malicious but clumsy, says Eldon there. Now, it's going to be a scrum feed here for the Canadians. They have had to work extremely hard to make any sort of meters here. I miss you, bro, says Cox Bazza Stayers. Hopefully I've said that correctly, but welcome back. And I feel an upset, folks, and Uno reverse card for Woodman from the World Cup final. Says Grant now going back across to the right-hand side here. Canada in possession. Charity Williams, that's gone straight through her hands. She was ready to catch it, and unfortunately for her, just didn't end up with any sort of the ball. Now loose ball from Canada. They're back in their 22 and they've knocked it on. Unfortunately, the territory game starting to catch up on them here. Whoops, I hit my keyboard. And hi, I'm from Bangladesh. And New Zealand still can still score with the bin. I thought we were going to get shafted, says Doctor there. I feel an upset, folks, says JDB. But yeah, just a half knock on. Unfortunately, I think that was Piper Logan again. And it's one of those games that when you're not quite hitting your strides, somehow the rugby ball just seems to know. Your prediction by how much New Zealand will win, I don't think this is going to be a completely one-sided game. Like, I would say if New Zealand win this game by around 14, they're doing extremely well. Because Canada are up for it at the moment, which is exactly what we wanted to see in the final. Poldy Lane having to get tackled there, 22 metres out. Tyler King coming into play half. Georgia Miller back across to the right-hand side. New Zealand with a one-woman disadvantage. Felix Otham has to run it sideways. She's all by herself, looking for a friend. And Georgia Miller trying to get in that breakdown. Canada win themselves the penalty. Argentina people. I had a person named Thiago Christian, bro. We all love Cristiano Ronaldo. Don't get too cocky, says Andrew Perry. I don't think that was cocky. That was just me saying if they won it by 14, they'll be doing extremely well. I don't think they'll get that big of a margin. So I don't know where the cockiness can come from there. I don't think it's going to be the score that they had in the group stage, which was 33-7 in favour of New Zealand, because Canada have improved so much from that first game. Beautiful fend from Olivia Habs. Gets another offload, and Canada will be through, and they will score their first try of this final. And it's going to be Chloe Daniels. A lady who missed the tackle down the other end of the field now gets the try back for the Canadians down that end. It gives a look, Hamish. Let me hold my brother head. And both hands to see you. He's short, says Blues name. There we go. And I'll take 1 point for the win. Come on, Ferns. Says Kramer there. And New Zealand may be a person named Anderson, says Cox Bazza. And you see, getting too ahead of yourself, says Andrew. I think you're taking our commentary too much to heart, Andrew. Just because I gave a prediction doesn't mean it's going to happen. Fun fact, we've got 99% of our predictions wrong throughout the season. Chloe Daniels lining up this kick now. And that one is going to make it 7-all between these two sides. I believe New Zealand still have a little bit of time remaining of the yellow card. Oh no, in fact, now back out onto the field. Can't watch the game anywhere, not even in France. As they can't, mate, says Andrew Perry. And there as well. But now it is going to be the Canadians to kick this one off on the halfway line. One rule that they haven't enforced throughout this Olympics competition is the kicking off in front of the halfway line. It seems like that was only for the one leg. I think it was in Hong Kong that they enforced that rule. New Zealand inside of their 22. Now it's going to be passed on the outside to Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe. Gets it across to Tyler King. Now Sita Hirini trying to go through, looking for the next offload, but she gives it straight back to Canada. And now they will be on the line break. It's another try for the Canadians. And they will score it just on the halftime siren. Oh, hang on. What's this for? They want to check this. And BS that this isn't televised nationally in Canada, I agree. The fact that Canada are through to the final, they 100% should be showing this game free to air Now that's a clear grounding for the Canadians. I'm not sure what they were checking for there, but that will be the second try of the match now for Canada. I mentioned about it at the start of the live stream, a fairy tale ending for Canada throughout their quarterfinals. They beat France, they beat Australia. We have got there, and don't count your chickens before they hatch. Kiwi's getting too cocky, says Andrew. Once again, I feel like someone's hurt you, Andrew, so I do apologise for whoever has hurt your feelings. I can see why they checked that just from that angle. It did seem like there was a bit of a bobble, but it was after she had put that ball down. Now that one's going away to the left-hand side. Which channel is telecasting the live match, says Coxspazza. Depends on whereabouts you are in the world. Is this a final? Can New Zealand get first gold? Says Coding. But that is going to be halftime now in this contest. Canada missing the kick, though. That could be crucial heading into the later stages of this match. Please tell me, brother, in Bangladesh, I honestly have no idea. You are the first viewer from Bangladesh that we've had for these Olympics 7 streams. But the best bet is to go on to Google and just type in where to watch the Olympics in Bangladesh. And then you will have your best option. We have got there, what a win for the South African women. At least they didn't end last. Says Morne Lagrange. Well, once again, the Canadian coach, he's given those pep talks, I should say, at half-time throughout each of the games. Whatever he said has gone extremely well. We have got there, it's interesting because Canada don't really have any key players, unlike Australia, France, and the USA. Well, the big thing with Canada is 10 of these players who are playing for them here didn't play in the Tokyo Olympics. They are pretty much a new team in terms of who they have got here compared to the last one. So it's pretty awesome to see the progression that they've had, not just in the Olympics in general, but also in terms of their 2023-24 season. They made drastic improvements, making their first ever final for the Canadians. I want full contact with Georgia, says JDB. Yeah, Andrew, favourite breakdancer, didn't make it to the finals. And he's coding, says Dave. And there as well, but Tyler King will now be kicking this one off. New Zealand down by 5. Can they get back into this contest early? The Canadians are starting to believe in the stands. The coach is starting to believe. But do New Zealand believe they've still got a little bit more left in the tank? They have been a second half team throughout this Olympics competition. Canada, they have been the same. Will you be live for the Curry Cup matches this weekend? We might be. Can you screen the match? Sadly, due to licensing, any match footage or audio would get us taken straight off YouTube. But they will have the highlights, and in fact, they may even do the full match on Sky Sport New Zealand's YouTube channel after this one. It's going to be kicked off now by Tyler King, taken by the Canadians on the 22. Great low tackle made by Portia Woodman-Wycliffe. Georgia Miller over the ball. New Zealand win the penalty already. Charity Williams gets fended off. Thought about the offload. New Zealand now in possession, 20 metres out from the line. This is more pressure than I felt throughout this whole competition. No disrespect to the USA, but this feels like a fight. And Georgia, in fact, it's going to be Michaela Blythe through and scores the try. That will now give New Zealand the lead back after the kick. We have got there, so still think New Zealand will win, says Clive. And kia ora, bro, from Wales, says Andrew. And thanks for sharing this, mate. Always a pleasure to see the All Blacks rugby. But I'm all red and white today. Baby, let's go, says Alex Hill. New Zealand has one quick try, 1 minute in, says Jonathan. But Michaela Blythe just sniping the gap there. And with it being between the sticks, that is going to make an easier kick, which will then give New Zealand the lead back in this game, 14 points to 12. The key with that, you have been phenomenal this Sevens Olympics, says Kip. Thank you very much. We have been live a lot throughout the period of this Olympic Games. We've covered the men's, we've covered the women's. We have done all-nighters. I think throughout the whole Olympics, I've got maybe 15 hours combined for sleep-wise, other than one night where I managed about 7 hours. Should start up a YouTube channel. Let's see how it goes, eh? I'll subscribe when you reach 1K and keep that intensity, says Jasmine there. Now it's going to be kicked off by New Zealand again. On with the up and under. Oh, that was almost taking her out in the air. Tell you what, Portia Woodman-Wycliffe, when she's already got a yellow card, that was extremely risky. Bring it home, girl, says Andrew. I haven't actually worked out who you go for yet, Andrew. Are you going for New Zealand or are you going for Canada in this case? I think you're going for New Zealand, maybe, but I could be wrong. And kia ora, bro, watching from Spain, says Ben. But now, getting ready to go for the line out here. 40 metres out. Canada already broken French hearts and also broken Australian hearts. Australia. Oh, yeah. Didn't you call New Zealand chokers earlier on? Did you see Australia's last 2 games? They didn't even finish with a medal in this Olympics. Oh, that's going to be the end of Portia Woodman-Wycliffe, though. She will be making her way from the field. And this is the last time. Give her the round of applause. Not too loud, though, because it's currently 6 a.m. here in New Zealand and everyone's sleeping. Why hasn't the All Blacks given our bro a jersey to wear whilst live, says Andrew Neal. Yeah. I got to be impartial, though. So I'd have to wear a Canadian one as well, kind of halfway down the middle. How's your brain still functioning? 15 hours and how many days, says Lily B? Yeah, it's been quite a few days. What day is Father's Day? No idea, to be honest. Maybe September, is it? October? Somewhere around there, I think. It may have already been, actually. Let's go New Zealand, says Lala. And there's Al. And we are good there. They're clapping from Grant. It looks like came the penalty to the Canadians in that breakdown. Get ball, keep ball. And we have got there 30 more New Zealand. Then you pass my awesomeness test. 4 minutes remaining. Canada just inside of New Zealand's half, trying to go off to the short side here. Jumping up. Serahini. Oh, she got smacked in the face while she tried to join their breakdown apps. Almost through the gap. That is a good charge forward. Serahini plays the lady with the ball. What's happening, says Colin Icy. It is going to be the penalty to Canada again. It was in June, says Lilia B. Okay, Hirini's not doing too flash here. Time is off. Now, Hirini, they're saying it might have been a poke in the eye. Ooh. I think the blood's flowing from the nose too, just back from a painful sports massage. I imagine the physios will be busy after this one is over. Come on, Kiwi, says Melissa here. Okay, we don't see it in that breakdown. I think it was a little bit earlier on that we did see Serahini take a bit of contact. Yeah, it's the wrong breakdown they're looking at there. Mum, we have a jand already, our well-timed sub. We don't need to be playing with 6, says Kramer. And Father's Day is Sunday, says Ian Wilkinson. As in, like, next week for the first time I'm watching the rugby live with your commentary, says Coding. So a monumentous occasion in that case. And you can't lose your nose. Can't you? I remember there used to be that thing how they'd say, got your nose, and then it, of course, always came off, didn't it? And that must have hurt, says Lilia B. Now, scrum feed here for the Canadians. 3.5 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen, in this matchup. We don't hold it against you if you show your support for New Zealand. Your commentary is unbiased. Says Hillary there. Now going back across to the right-hand side here, Canada. Now the scrum has taken place. The camera's showing nothing. They were showing the ground there for a second. Loose ball picked up by New Zealand. Tyler King goes back across to the right-hand side. New Zealand have pure numbers here. If Georgia Miller, she's just jogging. She chilling in the 22 at the moment for New Zealand. Out to Stacey Walker. She will be tackled very well by Rochester. New Zealand still in there, 22, rush defence there from the Canadians. Offloading it across there. Ooh, almost dropped by Felix Hotham. It's great defence from Canada, though. We are seeing a much better performance than we've seen in some of their other games. Ball has been left on the ground. Georgia Miller goes back to the right-hand side. Canada's defence pushing New Zealand back like New Zealand normally would to opposite teams. Now Nathan going back across. That's over the top to Michaela Blyde. She tries the step. She's going to be wrestled down. New Zealand still 10 metres out from their line. How patient can they be? We have good there, see Hartnett. Why is New Zealand such a dirty team? In what regard? Who are you talking about? Which player? Now, going back across to the right-hand side there. Felix Hotham. Well taken. Now back across. King. Through she goes. Hirini, the referee, getting in the way of one of the Canadians. Hirini knows she doesn't have the feet to be able to go. Well, she does have 2 of them, but she doesn't have the pace required. Ball on the inside, like the Kiwis are playing netball now. Shout out to the Silver Ferns. Passed on the outside. Stacey Walker, she's fresh because she came off the... I guess she dropped that. She might have put that ball down, but they'll check it. Or will they? Try for Stacey Walker in a very important moment. I was about to run out of air there. I almost passed out from that sentence. That should have had about 5 full stops and none of them came. It was all commas. What is your favourite rugby team, says LFG. I honestly couldn't tell you, but going off to the right-hand side, it just seemed to be that Canada's possession or Canada's rush defence at first was working, but then once New Zealand got through, yeah, she got that down, then she ate the grass. Unfortunately for Stacey Walker, the face went through the dirt. But now New Zealand, they have got a 7-point lead with a kick to come. And it's missed. which means that if Canada score now, we could end up in the position of 19-19 going to golden point time. Possession and field position when New Zealand just scored. If you couldn't tell, so 7 tries for Stacey Waka. Now field position, it will be on the halfway line because they're about to kick off again. New Zealand plays very dirty, but you didn't tell me which player. See Hartnett. You got to tell me who you're looking at. Are you saying that it was because of Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe's yellow card? Or are you saying it's just in general because it's New Zealand? I have to give Canada credit. Absolutely. The turnaround from when they were up against the Canadians and New Zealand playing each other in the group stage, and it was 33-7. This game has been completely different. But 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining now. If New Zealand score again, they will win this gold medal. If they don't, and Canada score and convert, we're going to golden point time. We have the Andrew to believe is to achieve, and boom, New Zealand. There's Andrew there. And now they won't score. We talking Canada or we talking New Zealand here? Because I think there's still a chance for both of these sides to possibly score one. No, that's going to be knocked on by Stacey Waka, Charity Williams. Loose ball there. Canada, they're going to get almost driven in to touch the ball. Still gone backwards. Where was the knock on? I didn't see it, but it's going to be a scrum feed for New Zealand. Why is no channel showing the final? Unfortunately, due to licensing, any match footage or audio gets you taken off YouTube. So that is why you won't be able to find it on the YouTube channels around. I didn't see a knock on there, I'll be honest. I'm still looking for it. Like, I think that went backwards for Charity Williams, but maybe it bounced into the New Zealand foot. What's happening, says Colin Icy. It is now going to be the scrum feed for New Zealand, like I said. 10 metres out from the try line of the Canadians. Tyler King goes across to the left-hand side. One more try here for New Zealand with Michaela Blythe would seal the deal. She stepped. That's the full-time siren. She wants one more try, though. By the looks of New Zealand, they're going to kick it into touch. Georgia Miller says that's enough of that, and New Zealand win the gold medal. And there's no YouTube or show, but no Olympic channel or no TV channels showing the Olympic women's final madness. Says Aisling, yeah, it's really weird that Canada didn't get this game for free to be able to watch on something for this match. But New Zealand, back-to-back Olympic gold medalists. The men take it out for the French. And New Zealand get it for the woman. And Wu says, Jasmine, a great final. Well done, both teams. Yeah, exactly right. Like, huge credit to the Canadians. No one picked them for being through to the finals. That's BS. That dirty NL player purposely headbutted the best Canadian player to keep her hurt for the rest of the game. Dirty play, says a Hartnett. But Charity Williams continued playing throughout the rest of the game, Hartnett. She didn't go off for an HIA. She didn't get a concussion. She continued playing. So I could understand if she was taken off the field, but she still had about 3 more carries and quite a few running meters after that point. Thanks for the commentary, says Scott Emery. And woohoo, big congrats. And also, we're there. Well done, New Zealand. That stinks. Olympics should be free to wear everywhere. I agree. Yes, New Zealand, says Mr. East with Jules. And also, thank you, Black Ferns got 1 medal. Yeah, the first medal for the New Zealanders. And we're there. That stinks. Olympics. Oh, no, I read that one. Well done, New Zealand. And yeah, the girls, the Canadian team, are very young. Most of them will be back for LA. Yeah, the fact that they had 10 players who weren't there for the first Olympics or the last Olympics, the Tokyo Olympics, and they have 10 new players in there is absolutely massive for them. Yes, boy, appreciate your mahi, bro. Great commentary, says Ian. And let's go, men. I will be disappointed after seeing this. He's going, they will be, but they will also be very proud of the New Zealand side for getting themselves the win in this final. An awesome result for the Canadians. A silver medal is higher than they got pretty much all throughout the Seven Circuit. They made it to 1 final. We have got their unpopular game should be free to watch. I think it should all be free to watch, to be honest, for the Olympics. Yo, brother, says N Maxi, long time. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are keeping well. You did enjoy the gold medal being won by the Kiwis. Much appreciated. BBC wasn't playing it, says Melissa. And yeah, I think I saw their Flesh and said it's advertised, but they've put the tennis on, which is pretty brutal for the BBC. In fact, just most broadcasters in general have had an absolute, I guess, a shocker when it's come to showing the Sevens, whether that was for the men's or the women's. We go there playing dirty, gets you a false gold medal. Congrats, says C. Hartnett. I mean, if that's the narrative you want to tell, you can go with it, but I don't think anyone else is in your bandwagon, unfortunately. You told your mama, or you told your mama will join in the commentary if New Zealand reached the final. I did, but then I also realised afterwards that the final was on at 5:45 and she is still asleep. But I asked her and she said, nah, she's all right. She likes sleeping too much. They're back to bed for a quick game of touch with the misses. We're going for gold, baby, says Fluffy there. And New Zealand first goal, congrats. And morning, Hamish, says Daniel Watson, welcome in. Hope you are keeping well. Canada deserve their silver medal. Well played, they fought a tough battle. First medal for New Zealand at the Olympics, says Lilia B. And there, and New Zealand undefeated throughout the entire tournament. Very impressive, says Razor. And we look at there, and Sevens have had the biggest crowds. Yeah, a record crowd set for the Sevens, for the men and the women. 69,000 in attendance for the men, and I believe they have got 69,000 there for the women today. It's over, says Geza. Yeah, this game has concluded. New Zealand has won it 19 points to 12. Listening while getting cows in, says Octo Dad, and great game and finish. Waka has the best, or a great big smile, says Andy Surfer. And there's no dirty play by any team. Good match, says Coding there. Congratulations, brother, says Cox. And there, they are just showing the rankings. 8th for Ireland, 7th for Great Britain, 6th for the People's Republic of China. They did very well throughout this competition. France for the 5th, Australia for 4th. Really big surprise that they missed out on any sort of medals. USA in 3rd, Canada in 2nd. Great advertisement for North American rugby in the Sevens. And then in 1st place, it is going to be New Zealand. We have got there. Congrats on Woodman for that incredible. Playing dirty, got them the gold. Congrats, cheaters, says Hartnett. I think you're forgetting that Canada have also received yellow cards throughout this tournament, Hartnett. In fact, shall we do... No, we won't do the head-to-head because I feel like that will just make you feel worse. We have got there. Well played, Canada. Ironic. They lost one game, get silver. Our men lose one and finish 5th, says Kramer. And USA also did very well to bring in bronze. Yeah, first ever medal for the USA at the Olympics. First ever medal for Canada in the Sevens Olympics as well. So massive, massive plays from both of the sides. How are you, brother? Says the champion there. Doing very well, Maxie. Hope you are keeping well too. I assume you're in Spain at the moment, at a guess, maybe. Although you would have been in New Zealand, I think, for the Crusaders thingy a little while ago, for the Hall of Fame. And we have congratulations to the New Zealand ladies rugby. They just won gold by... They didn't kill Canada. I feel like this game, it easily could have gone the other way. The Canadians were up for the fight. And the fact that Canada were in that final, I think, is a massive, massive achievement in its own right. In the Caribbean, jeez, lovely. Maxie, hopefully you are enjoying maybe the warm weather in the Caribbean. I do in a rugby camp. Hopefully it is all going smoothly. No, that's wrong. Hamish, Canada won bronze in Rio 2016. Sorry, I was just making it up. Well, no, silver, I guess, is the best finish for the Canadians now. In fact, yeah, sorry, it was Canada have never been in an Olympic final, I should say, rather than won the medal. And we are there seeing Stacey Waka in an interview currently. She's a very positive person, and it was a tight game, and you're too hot, bro, says Maxie. You certainly need plenty of refreshments throughout that camp. We have good there, well played, Canada. I read that one, although we got many of it. Thanks again, Hamish. Says Quilla, thank you very much. Gold medal for New Zealand, and congratulations. And what a nervous one. And Portia goes out on a high. Yeah, massive celebration will be there for Portia Woodman Whitcliffe, as well as Tyler King, who is also retiring after this one. And celebrate New Zealand's first goal with your new favourite shirt, Hamish, says Grant. And there, and it was a tight game. And also Canada came correct. We got another level of education. Says Doc, don't get that gold, girls. Says Blues Nate. Tell you what, Sir Hinney, her nose is bleeding at the moment quite badly. Also alongside that, she has got a bit of a black eye forming. Let's go Aotearoa. Go play Canada. And they say cheaters never prosper. New Zealand proved to be wrong. Chesters, says Hartnett there. And how many more minutes left? The game is over, but for some reason the scoreboard doesn't want to admit it. It's up to 21 minutes, but this game is done and dusted. New Zealand have got the gold. Canada have got the silver. And the USA have got themselves the bronze. Thank you, Kiwi lads, from Orley Town. Says Shin Lee, and thank you, Hamish. It's always fun. What's up next, says Lily B. I believe this weekend we'll have to find something to commentate. Would probably be the Curry Cup, and then the weekend after that is when the Rugby Championship is going to be taking place. But nonetheless, oh, there we go. It has now clicked over to finish. But I think we're almost at the end of our coverage for the Olympic Rugby Sevens. Like I mentioned, we did the men's, we've done the women's, and now there is no more of the Rugby Sevens at the Olympics, but it has been greatly appreciated, every single one of you, for tuning in, whether you've tuned in for 5 seconds or you've been here for 5 hours over this Olympics competition. It has been greatly appreciated. We also hit the 50,000 subscribers throughout the Olympics competition. I actually did get something in the mail as well today. which is quite exciting. I will show it on the camera, but a little bit maybe premeditated, but I assume we would get there at some point. But as you can see, it is a little chain, and it's got Kiwi Lads 50k engraved into it. There you go. There's a close-up of my fingernails as well, ladies and gentlemen, but a little Kiwi Lads 50k with the rugby ball there. Nice little chain. It was the same price as the subscriber count, $50,000 minus $49,995. Quick little $5 chain for the boys, because that's as far as the budget extends, but just a nice little touch for the 50,000 mark, I thought. Cheers for all the work, Hamish says. Gus, good man, Hamish. Appreciate the time and effort you put into your channel, and thanks for all the great Rugby Olympics Sevens commentary, and congratulations, says Octodad, and well, nice, says Blues Nate. And how much is the price? It was $5. It was a pretty good deal. $5 for that. A little engravement on it. I wasn't going to be breaking the bank for it. We don't have enough money to buy a $50,000 chain for 50,000 subscribers. $1 DoorDash for New Zealand, says NJMS. And the lady will bust a mean hucker shortly, says a Native Dread. And also we have the congratulations, says Octodad. Congrats on 50k, says Alden. And congratulations, says Maxi in there as well. Yeah, we'll have to have a chat at some stage, Maxi, when you're back in Spain. That video that I was going to do a while ago, which you may remember some of, keeping it slightly secret though, I might be doing that video again for the 50,000 subs. So we'll see whether or not my times improve from that last one, without giving away too many spoilers, of course. But yeah, see how it goes. You'll reach 100k very shortly, says Cody. Well, it did take us 4 years to reach this point. 4 years from when we first posted a rugby-based video. So pretty much on the exact 4-year anniversary was when we managed it. Their gold medal goes to the Cheetah. Shake my head, says C. Hartnett. Well, the good news is you got 4 years to look at them and with their gold medal, and then next time at the next Olympics, you'll be able to get it back for whichever team yours is. I assume you're Canadian, but I always thought that Canadians were quite good when it came to sportsmanship. But I guess you are a bad egg. We have got there the victory haka, is always good to watch, says Geza there, and good dreams, Hamish, says Gus. And there as well, but nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, like I said, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. The regular Sevens circuit, we are going to be covering every single leg on the channel, whether it is a nighttime or a daytime game, so be sure to also check those ones out. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next